Good morning, Modesto.
I'm a firm believer, I got nothing to lose, nothing to lose. You can never give up when the music lives in you. This is my dream, I like my time to shine. Let the haters hate, but ain't no way they gon' stop me. Watch me, I'll shine. I'll shine.
What's happening, Everett Tribe? We back.
I am back. What it do, baby?
Welcome back to another episode of Unconventional Analysis. From now to the end of time, I am your host, J Magic Man. First and foremost, I just want to say welcome back to everyone. It has been a 3-week hiatus. I've been gone for 3 weeks as of the making of this video. To y'all, it may felt like forever, but to me, the 3 weeks have flown by. Flown by. Okay. So we're gonna get to the thumbnail later. I wanna tell you what led up to everything. So Thursday, we had my boy EJ's championship game. They came up short for a couple different reasons. Reason number one, we had a couple guys that play middle school basketball who weren't at the football game, because they were at a basketball game, which hurt us because it was a lot of our skilled players. And two, EJ's cut weight so much that he's no longer on the line. They took the stripe off of his helmet so he can play multiple positions. But he just ain't practiced enough at different positions. And it was the last game of the season, so they didn't want to throw him in there. But because he had done cut so much weight, they really couldn't play him on the line. So he had maybe like 5 snaps the whole game. So you can only make the most of the opportunities that you've given. But if you're only given 5 opportunities, how much of an impact can you make? And that's what I was trying to harp to him, because he was sad that they lost and everything like that. But it was a great season all in all. We lost the championship for our region. The boys that beat us got beat by the boys who we played for the championship in district and lost. And they were good, man. They were terrific, man. They were awesome. They deserved to win. But 2 second place finishes ain't bad to finish your second to last DLS season out. He's got one more season to go. So we had high hopes, but it didn't go as planned. The next day, MJ had her soccer championship for All-Star. She lost 10-11 on penalty kicks. So, it is what it is. You can't win them all, and I be trying to tell them. Even though they got a lot of trophies, a lot of medals on the wall, a lot of plaques, you don't always come in first place, baby. Guess what that is? That's motivation for next year. We're gonna use this as motivation, because we've been champions. We know how it feels to be on the mountaintop. But guess what? Somebody else want that feeling. Somebody else worked just as hard as you did this off season. Because guess what? Somebody else didn't win last year. So they came back hungry. And that's what supposed to drive you and keep you competitive. I very proud of the stage of life that me and my family are in. You've seen the house, you've seen the game room. Even though I'm making more improvements, I got another update coming, because we still putting stuff up and it's almost Christmas time. So I'm not gonna do another update until after Christmas. I might just go live for Christmas and see how, because I've never went live before, so I might just go live for Christmas and see how that does. Like, we'll see. I got a new lighting, as you can see. It's very bright. Um, but I'm just trying something out. I got all the lights off in the game room except for this one light right here. Just trying something different. I have more gear coming for the podcast. Um, a lot of gear coming for the game room so that we can make a schedule for dropping gaming content as well as my podcast. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited, man. I've been extremely, extremely blessed. So yeah, we took 2 L's over the weekend, but I went to the high school game. You know, me and my boys, we make a tradition out of going to the high school game, getting out of the house. But I went by myself this time. And I'm gonna tell you why. The two little ones that went with me last week. CJ plays in the band, so he's at every high school game. I just really go to pick him up. I watch the game and I pick him up afterwards. So when I say I left them home, I'm not talking about CJ because he's already there. He's in the band. So the two little ones last week, I told them it was gonna get cold, that they needed to bundle up. In the first and second quarter, it was good. It was a little chilly, a little breezy. It was good. But after the 20-minute break during halftime and about 5 minutes in that third quarter, the temperature dropped rapidly. I'm talking about fast, just a swift temperature drop. I felt it. And I looked over at them and they were freezing. So about 3 more minutes go in the game and MJ nudges me. She's like, Daddy, how much longer is the game? I'm like, we got 4 minutes left in this quarter, and we got the whole fourth quarter. So she's like, all right. She sits back down. She's kind of rocking in her seat. And then EJ gets up from where he's at and comes sits on this side of me, like close, like trying to steal my body heat. And I'm like, you good? He's like, yeah, Daddy, I'm just getting cold. MJ was like, me too, me too. Daddy, let's just go. Let's just go. You can come back and pick up CJ. Let's just go. I'm cold. I don't think I can do it. I was like, all right now. I take y'all home and they win. I'm not taking y'all with me next week because it's gonna be even colder. It's like, I don't care. I just want to go home now. It's cold. Cool. That's what we did. I took them home. I listened to the game on the radio while I was taking them home. We was winning third quarter. We ended up winning the whole game. In the fourth quarter, I dropped them off at the house, turned right back around because I had to pick up CJ. So we ended up winning, which gave us another home game. So this week I go by myself and it is still cold. Like, I'm glad I didn't bring them because my feet were freezing. My feet were freezing. So I know they would have been cold, but it was a good game. It was a back and forth game. I love just the, I don't know. I just like the competition of football because it's never really one sided. Even if you have a very talented player on your team, it's never really just one sided because Fitzgerald's had a lot of talent. But up until recently, they just now started winning. So I go to that game and they pull out the dub. I'm talking to CJ like, man, that was a good game. That was a good game. He's like, yeah, but tomorrow's gonna be better. And I was like, oh yeah. So, like I said, God has blessed unusually. He's blessed me unusually with certain things, and it's specific things to my needs, and a lot of times to my wants. Because me and the wife was going back and forth about what I wanted to get her for her birthday. Now listen to this. This is my gift to her for her birthday. I said, "Hey, I want to take you to a Laker game." Oh Lord, that was the wrong thing to say because in my mind, it was innocent. Hey, we're gonna go to do something that we ain't never done before. Get out the house, get out the city. It's gonna be celebrities everywhere. Let's go mingle. Like that was my thought process. Her thought process was, I don't even like basketball. You going to watch LeBron play? You gonna have the time of your life on my birthday. You know what? You're right, baby. You're right. I didn't think of it that way, but yes, I would have had the time of my life yelling, screaming like a fanatic, and she'd have been over there like trying to figure out how the game is played, how the mechanics, the nuances. She'd have been lost for real, for real. She'd have been lost. So I understand where she's coming from. So you know what I did? I bought her a truck. I bought her a truck, man. I said, hey, you can't turn that down. I bought her a Gator blue truck, and her mom saw it. Her mom loved it. Her mom was like, I can't believe you bought her a truck. That's like her mom's seen the whole come up. So where we at now is breathtaking to someone on the outside. But to me, it feel like I'm meant to be here because I've been through the stages to get here. Like we've put in the work to get here. But to somebody on the outside, it's breathtaking. It almost seems like it happened overnight. But I promise you it didn't. I promise you a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of work, a lot of doubt. A lot of doubt went into it. But can't let doubt control you. So her mom sees the truck. They go out somewhere and her mom's friend sees the truck. She's like, "Oh my God, the truck will look good with some orange stripes on it, Florida Gator style." And my wife's like, "Oh Lord, you need to get out of my husband's head. That's the same thing he said." And she was like, "We're big Florida Gator fans, but we can't go to the game. You know, we had a wedding or something came up." She was like, "Would he love to go?" My girl and her mom was both like, "Yes, definitely, we can go. Yes, 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 yes." She called me while I was at work and was like, "This lady has 4 tickets to the University of Florida game, but the whole family can't go." And I was like, "Okay, we'll just make it a boys' day. Me and the boys will go. I'll shoot you some money so you and MJ can enjoy yourself." And she added her mom in, so it was her, MJ, and her mom going out shopping and chilling and doing what they do. Christmas shopping, even though we got a whole office just full of Christmas presents. I need to show y'all that too. The office that the wife has that she does her nursing thing and her homework and just her Zen area is filled back to front with Christmas presents. I'm talking about you can't use the door inside of her office because it's so full of presents. That's why I say I'm gonna go live on Christmas. and bring out into the blessings that we have had this year. Yeah. Anyways, so she calls me at work, tells me about the tickets. I'm like, all right, we're gonna split it up. I'll let y'all go do what y'all do. Me and the boys, we're gonna go. We're gonna make it a dad and son bonding moment. And to be honest with you, it's a bucket list moment because I don't know how many of you actually watch the podcast that I do, but if you go back and listen to either the Homeless to Homeowner podcast or the Game Room or Game Room Update podcast, I said to you, I said, one of my goals is to get my boys in the swamp this year for a game. Because this is word for word what I said in the other video. I have been to 4 Florida Gator games. I've been to Florida versus Kentucky in Kentucky, Florida versus Louisville in Kentucky, Florida versus Florida State in Tallahassee, Florida versus Georgia in Georgia. I've never been to the swamp. Diehard Gator fan from Florida, lived in Florida, but never been in a swamp. So this opportunity was a once in a lifetime opportunity. So we jumped on it. Now, this is how me and my boys witnessed my Florida Gators upset Ole Miss. Let's get to it. Check this out. We wake up 5:30 in the morning, throw on all our gear because like little school kids, we had everything already laid out in the morning, thanks to the wife. I don't know where I'd be without her. Half of the time, she gets the whole family dressed, still gets herself to work. Like, she works nights, I work mornings. But I work so long that my mornings turn into nights. So some days we see each other as high and by, and some days we see each other and can actually spend time. But without her, I don't know where I would be. So she's gotten everything we need. She's made sure we're bundled up to the teeth because it's supposed to be cold. We take her new truck that we just got, okay? It still got the dealer tag, the white tag on it. It still got the white tag on it and everything. Fresh. Awesome truck. Titan, Nissan Titan. 2019, 2020, something like that. It's neither here nor there. Okay. We take the Titan. Go grab us something to eat so we can hit the road. We get us some BK, hit the road. Now, the first song that we play is that Tom Petty Won't Back Down. I want this song in their head. So in the third quarter, we can sing it as loud as humanly possible because we've been practicing for ever. Feels like forever. Feels like forever. We've been singing this song, feels like forever. Ever since it became the Florida's anthem, we've been singing this song. So we hit the road. We get to the stadium bright and early. And when I tell you sometimes my life is right place at the right time, because when we pulled into Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, I missed my parking where I was initially thinking of parking at, because it was a good little spot and I didn't want my girl truck to get dinged up. So I was gonna park there, but I missed it because I was too busy gawking at the stadium. So I missed my parking spot. So I go down a little ways and I'm about to make a U-turn, but this guy flags me down. He's like, "Hey, you looking for parking?" He's right across from the stadium. I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, $40 all day to park here, and I'll give you a tag so you'll know where your truck is. Bet, bet. I put the tag in the glove compartment of the truck and kept the other little piece in my pocket. And it tells you how far you are away from your truck. It don't tell you exactly where your truck is, but you get the drift. Like, you feel me? Like, if I look down at my tag and it starts getting further away, I know somebody's got my truck. You feel me? Like, it was just it was something cool, out the blue, random, and right place, right time. So we parked there. I gave him the $40. My kids say thank you, and he notices we have these shirts on, and the shirt says, "Georgia is my home, but I'll always be a Gator," and it's got the state of Georgia with the Florida Gator in the middle of it. And my girl and her mama bought us those shirts. And those shirts were the talking piece of everywhere that we went. The guy said he noticed me because he seen the shirt, like, 'cause I had the windows down looking, and I was leaning out, and he seen that I had the state of Georgia on my shirt, but I had the Gator in the middle. So he wanted to talk to me and ask me what my shirt was, even though he had parking. So I got the park, and he got his story. So we walked straight across the street to where the stadium is. It was he stayed on 2nd Avenue, which was right in front of lot 29. All right. We walked up to lot 29, and I'm hearing a little ruckus to my left. And I'm like, "Hey, what time does the Gator Walk start? Because we about to be late. Gator Walk's supposed to start at 9 o'clock. I left at 6 o'clock so we can get there at 9 o'clock, but traffic." Dude's like, "No, listen, keep going that way and go that way in a hurry." So I grab the kids, we scoop up, we take off. Come to find out, Gator Walk's late. And guess who's the first one in line? This guy. And with me being the first one in line, it looked like I'm a freaking celebrity. I got the kids, man. And okay, so once they released everybody and we got the line up against the fence, with me being first in line, people were talking to me while I was standing there. Like, people who were walking this way and walking this way and walking this way. They was talking to me. They was talking to the boys. And behind me was the kicker's mom. And behind her, the kicker is Trey Smack. It was Trey Smack's mom. And behind Miss Smack, because these people deserve respect, they helped me out a whole lot just that whole day. I'm gonna tell you about it. And behind them were the Westpaw family. And there was another family. I can't remember who it was, but I got them on video hugging their son because I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. So we walked up to the Gator Walk, and I'm anxious but nervous, fanning out. But Miss Smack starts talking to me and the boys. I don't know how. Well, I know exactly how because I'm standing there wide-eyed at everything that I see. She's like, "Hey, is this you guys' first time in the swamp?" And I was like, "Yes, ma'am. These are my boys. I'm bringing them to the swamp for the first time. This is a once in a lifetime thing." She was like, "It doesn't have to be." She was like, stay close to me. When people start bum rushing you, stay close to me. And I was like, okay. So when everybody else starts packing in and coming in, I stay close to her. And we still talking at this time. But now the cheerleaders are coming out and the mascots are coming out, and they know her. And everybody's coming up to talk to her. And she's introducing them to me and my boys. And it was mind blowing. The male cheerleaders are strong as heck. I'm talking about seeing them up close and personal, throwing the women up in the air, and man, they strong. They deserve a lot more respect than we give them, especially when we just see them on TV. It's crazy to me. They had a guy, he looked like Maui from Moana as a male cheerleader.
Are you videoing? Oh, just knock me out.
You ain't even in the video. You ain't got to worry.
They were all beautiful, man. Can I say that? Can I say the guys were beautiful? I don't know. Everybody was beautiful. Everybody was beautiful. Anyways, so she gets the mascots to come up and talk to the boys and take pictures. This football that I'm holding in my hand, this football was all white. We took this football to the game. It was all white when we left. But this signature right here, that Alberta signature, that's the female mascot. And she was the first signature that we got because EJ was fascinated. He was like, hey, can I have your signature? And she was like, me? Sign? So after the lady talked to the cheerleaders and everybody else, the mascots, people that came through, the alumni that came through, Major Wright, you know Major Wright, he got the hit up against the sidelines. Mr. Two Bit, he was the honorary Mr. Two Bit for the day. We got to talk to the mic guy. My boy Say J in the band. He's in love with the band. So when the band came through, she knew some of the band members. And with her knowing the band members, they came right up to us.
Go Gators. Go Gators, baby. They were at the Florida Victorious. Go Gators. Go Gators. Go Gators. Go Gators. Go Gators. Go Gators.
Go Gators.
To the players. Go Gators. Go Gators.
Where the center's at? He was in right here.
He got to talk to him and slap hands with him and see the instruments up close and personal. And then Coach Billy Napier and the players came out.
Look at this thing. Y'all have a great game. Great game. Look at his chain. Look at that chain. Hey, I like that chain. I like that chain, boy. That's the one that transferred from Colorado.
And him being a player's mom, they came up to shake hands and give hugs, and I got to see them up close and personal. And I'm gonna show y'all the videos after I get done yapping away and everything, but it was crazy. And the atmosphere was like nothing else, man. Like, it was so electric from start to finish. Okay, so after the players come up and the guys gave them hugs and things like that, we were trying to get autographs right before the game. And Miss Smack told me, she was like, hey, tell your boys don't worry about autographs right now. When the game is over, go to gate 17 or 18. That's where the players come out after they're done showering, and he'll get as many signatures as he can get. And I was like, thank you, thank you. She was like, no, thank you. And I was like, why? She was like, you're very polite. I see how you are with your boys. I see how they are with you. And she was like, thank you. And I was like, I try my best. And she was like, have a great game. Hopefully we'll see you after the game. She was like, go Gators. And the walk was over. And from the walk, we toured the stadium. We went to our, we went from the Gator walk to where our gate is. That was my little mini tour on the outside of the stadium. So we sat in line. And while we sat in line, you know, we got time until the gate opens, but we ain't losing this spot. So, and we was the third people to get into our gate. So it was a woman, it was a dad and his daughter, and it was me and my two boys, and there was people behind us, a long line behind us. So even though we went to the Gator walk, we were still the first ones to get into the stadium. So we sitting in line, talking to fans, and it's just engaging. I'm being a fan, so I ain't holding nothing back. I'm talking, I'm chit chatting, I'm letting it out. I'm just letting it all out there. And one of the fans was like, "This is gonna be an energetic game," and I was like, "Yeah, man. I'm looking for the upset so we can storm the field." And everybody in the back was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Am I being loud or something?" It's like, "No, no, no. That's how we feel. That's how we feel." So I'm talking to the dad, I'm talking to the fans behind me, talking to them about the boys. You know, they still carrying their ball. That ball cost $160 inside the stadium. I am so glad I got this at a Goodwill. I got this ball at a Goodwill. I want to say that again. I got this ball at a Goodwill, and now it's potentially worth millions. Anyways, I'm glad we did. That wasn't even my idea. That's EJ's idea. So now that's his ball. I was just going to watch the game. EJ said, "Hey daddy, can I take your ball and get some signatures on it?" I was like, "Yeah, if you get some good signatures, we gonna put it in a glass case and I'll put it above your gaming station. That's your ball." He's like, "Bet. I bet you I fill it up." And I was like, "Okay, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up too high. But I feel like we can do it." That ball, which was once white, is now full of signatures. Crazy. So we sitting there chit chatting with the fans in the line, and then they let the gate open. We go inside the gate. We get our brochures that they hand out to everybody on game day. You see that? That's a game day brochure from inside of the stadium. So we go inside. They give us our brochure. I'm not going to my seat yet because the game don't start for 2 hours. I'm about to go everywhere. I'm about to figure out everywhere my way around here. I'm about to see everything that I can see. We start walking around. We go to sports shops. We go check out, scope all the food out because it's 3 different levels. So it's food on 3 different levels. It's sports shops on 2 different levels. Private venues at on the sides of different levels, things like that. So I go scope out what the field look like from the bottom to the top. We go to every level just to see what the field look like. We go all the way down.
Street. Game day photos are presented by Publix.
We take pictures. We looking around. We go up to the middle level. We take pictures. We looking around, looking at the field. We go up to the upper level. We take pictures. We looking around. Then we go to the very, very top. And I don't move too much up there because whew, I ain't too good with heights. So I look over the bar. I don't take no pictures. I don't move around. I barely look down. I just look over the bar. Yeah. And I'm gone. So we go to find our seats. We're on the 3rd section. Awesome seats. Man, awesome seats. We on the 3rd section. I go scope out our seats. Make sure it ain't too many people around. So we go back out. I order 3 pizzas. 1 cheese for CJ, 1 pepperoni for EJ, 1 pepperoni for me. I get them 2 souvenir cups. I get me 2 beers. The pizzas were $14. My pizza was $17. The beers were $22. The souvenir cups were $18. I don't even know how much I spent because I went with I wouldn't say a pocket full of money. I went with a set limit amount of money, but I wasn't worried about what I was spending until that set limit starts getting low. Put it like that. And now that we've gotten our food and we all situated and everything, we go to our seats and we settled in. It's about 30 minutes before kickoff, but it's also senior night. So all the seniors getting recognized and it's just now kicking into me with all the seniors and their families on the field. It just then kicked into me why I was speaking to so many players, families, and grandparents and things of that nature. Like for one player, I talked to his whole family group, grandparents, mom, dad, brothers, sisters. I talked to the whole family group. And I was like, oh, I'm thinking they just there to support their family. You know, like if my son went to college and played football, I'd try to make it to every game. They probably do that, but they probably brought more family because it was senior night. That's the reason I was able to speak to so many of them, and it was crazy. So Ole Miss comes out, everybody boo, boo, everybody boos them and shit like that. And then Florida comes out and everybody cheers and they go through the two bit, they go through the pregame drill, they go through the announcements, they go through all the Gators in the NFL, they go through the chomps, then they go to kickoff. And seeing these players up close and personal, I was like, they look small without their pads on. But when them boys put the pads on and start speeding, man, it was a sight to behold. Because during the Gator Walk, them boys was dressed to the nine. They had their chains on, they had their fit on, they had their headphones on with their gear, you feel me? But on the field, them boys had their dog on, they had their swag on, man. First play of the game, Ole Miss throws the ball. We hit them. Boom! The whole stadium goes, whoo! Man, listen, to feel everything. I'm talking about to feel everything. That's a crazy experience because as the game goes on, it's a back and forth game. It's a tight game. To see DJ Lagway up close, to see Montreal up close, to see Ball up close, to see DK up close, like these are players that I watch on my TV or I play on my NCAA game. I've scored touchdowns from DJ to DK. Like that's my own little acronym for them. Like DJ to DK for the touchdown. That's how I do it in my house. If you play against me on NCAA, you'll hear me say, "All right, I'm about to go DJ to DK and take the game over." Like that's man. So to watch DJ pass it to DK and Badger, listen, my son plays with Badger. He puts him in kick return, puts him in slot receiver, and tears people up. So to see Badger score, and then he did that Shamar dance that EJ's always doing. EJ got up and did it. Man, see, he's the football fanatic, so I knew he would be into it. But CJ was so into it. Like,
That was a fumble. This is neat. The ball got out of his hands before his knee touched the ground.
Was a catch, and the runner was down prior to the ball. The rule on the field is a catch, and the runner was down prior to the football. First down. Timeout for the injured offensive player.
he don't like playing football, but he'll watch it and things of that nature. But this opened his eyes, took the lid off of what he thought football was, and poured a little fanatic into it. Like he, no, no, what are you doing? That's a bad call. Like, he was getting into it, Gator chomping and screaming, and EJ, oh man, I love it. I love it. Then halftime came up. I think we were up at halftime, so we were in good spirits. Or it might have been tied up at half. It was tied up at halftime because I was like, listen, you can't give us a chance. Because if you give us a chance, we're going to feel like coming out of halftime, oh, we could beat these boys. And that's how they felt when they came out of halftime. They felt like we can beat these boys. We played the third quarter beautifully. That's when we really put the gas pedal. We pushed the gas pedal down in the third quarter. DJ made some crucial plays, man. Like, and to see it with my own eyes. I'm watching the game and I'm looking over at my boys and I'm watching my boys enjoy the game. And I'm like, man, Lord, thank you. Because this is crazy right now. I'm still looking wide-eyed that I'm in Steve Spurrier's house, the house that Steve Spurrier made. Sitting up under Emmitt Smith's name, looking at Tim Tebow's name, looking at the SEC championships, looking at the national championships, stuff that I see on TV, stuff that I see on my game, stuff that I never thought I would see in real life. And I'm looking at it with my own eyes. I'm feeling the environment with my body. Oh man. But I got the bug. This can't be no one-time thing. Texas comes to Gainesville next year. That's another game I want to go see. I can see the Manning project up close and personal. Because we had a chance to see Ole Miss walk through the Gator Walk, but I didn't want to see them. But I wish I would have because it's two boys from Pahokee on their team. And I didn't even know because I don't watch nobody else but Florida. And I don't live in the muck no more. So I really don't have no way of knowing who's coming out of school, who's winning muck bowls or anything like that. I just don't know. But I wish I would have known because I'd have went and talked to them. Had my boys talk to them because I like seeing people come from where I came from and having them talk to my boys because my boys have been to where I came from and they feel like nobody can come from that when they see me. So third quarter's progressing, we're doing good. And a moment of truth comes. Start of fourth quarter, they crank up that Tom Petty. No, I won't back down. We've been rehearsing this song like we was going on America's Got Talent. And I still messed up some of the words, man. I ain't ashamed to tell you. I still messed up some of the words. But it's all right. It's the experience that counts. I'm going to show y'all the videos and everything like that. All in all, it was a great experience. In the fourth quarter, when we realized we were going to win, the overhead announcer kept saying, do not storm the field. If you storm the field, you will be arrested. So it stung a little bit because I wanted to storm the field. I was hoping for the upset. But it serves me right because in one of my earlier podcasts, What's Wrong with the Florida Gators, I said we would only win 4 games this season. We've already won 6 with a winnable game next week versus Florida State. So I guess that's my karma because I didn't believe enough in my team. I wasn't able to storm the field with my boys, with my team. It's all right because in Lagway we trust. That was when we had Graham Mertz. When I seen the 4-win record, we only had Graham Mertz then. Graham has been hurt. We got Lagway now. This season has given a lot of Gator fans hope for the future because we have a lot of freshmen putting in work this year. A lot of underclassmen putting in work this year. I'm going to show some more pictures that I haven't dropped, some more videos of my tour around Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Thank y'all for listening. I want y'all to be inspired, man. Not by what I'm doing or what I'm saying, just by where I've been. You go back and listen, man. This ain't no podcast about bragging or showing no accomplishments or anything like that. I enjoy talking. I enjoy being out there. I know that YouTube is something that, not only YouTube, the internet, is something that'll be around a lot longer than I will, or even be around a lot longer than my memories will. I might have to come back and play this when I'm older to remember what I did when I was younger. So after the game was over, I remember what the lady told me. And I was like, okay, let's make this happen. Say, Jay, you want to go and see the band. The band has to play the alma mater for the team. People are leaving. So all the seats in the front are about to get empty. So we went all the way down there to where the band was. And CJ got to talk to all the band members, and a couple of them signed the ball. He got to talk to the tenor players. He got to talk to the drum players, ask them questions that he would have that I can't answer. I don't do drum. He could ask questions that he can't ask the people at his school or even the person who teaches him band. And he was fanning out over the band people. Man, I'm, we got pictures, we got videos. He was fanning out over the whole band, and it was just special to see. And while he's getting signatures, EJ's like, "Daddy, tell him to come on. He's gonna cover the ball with signatures, and I ain't gonna be able to get no player signatures." I was like, "Son, calm down." Just around that time, CJ started coming back up. So we shoot over to gate 18. We sitting there. All of a sudden, we hear like a little commotion behind us at gate 17. There's a tunnel coming down, and that's gate 17. So I'm overhead looking. I'm like, oh, the players are coming down from there. So we race around, and from the top, I instruct EJ, who's got the ball, where to go. I tell him, go down the ramp by the crowd of people, and there's this little open space right below where I'm looking. So he goes around, he positions himself in there perfect. Because as soon as they open the gate, EJ is the second person that they see. And he's got the ball and 2 permanent markers. So they able to sign 2 at a time as they go by. And he got every player's signature except 2. He didn't get DJ Lagway's signature, and he didn't get number 21. He didn't get number 21's signature. And that's whose signature he really wanted. Number 21 is a big boy by the name of Desmond Watson. He's our lineman, and it was senior day for him. And that's one of EJ's favorite players. But he looks like he's going to the NFL. So we'll see what team he plays for, and we'll go get his autograph then. So I didn't want EJ to get too disheartened because he loves everyone else's signature, but he really wanted that one signature. That's the only one that he didn't get. But he got the rest of the team. DJ Lagway went straight to a press conference after the game, him and the coach. So we weren't able to get their signatures. But on the ball, I wrote Florida versus Ole Miss 2024, 11/23/2024, Ben Hill, Griffin Stadium. And I wrote the score. Gators upset Ole Miss 24-17 in the swamp. So he'll always know where he got this ball from. You got numbers, you got signatures. So I'm super excited. I'm super proud about that. Now, on the car ride back, them jokers fell asleep on me, man. That was the longest, loneliest, tiring car ride back home to Georgia. And I loved being in Florida. EJ, not only is he going to be making content on the PlayStation and things like that, but he's going to become my new photographer. He's got an eye. Not only an eye, he has timing. And not only timing, like, there's a series of pictures that he took while I was driving that looked like we were standing still because he was able to get it at the right angle to where it looked like we weren't moving too fast. Like, and then the lighting in a couple of his pictures. I'll show you a couple of my pictures, and you can't even see people's faces because the sun is beaming right on you. And then I'll show you a picture that he took, and it's perfect lighting. But yeah, he's gonna be my new photographer. That being said, man, we have a lot of memories that we didn't capture on video or with footage, cameras, and things like that. A lot of them just memories, like the conversations and the atmosphere and just some of the things that I may have forgotten in my excitement because sometimes you just forget. But I ain't gonna hold you too long. Thank you for coming back to the page. Unconventional analysis is growing slowly but surely. I'm trying to legitimize it. That way I can start like publishing it and brand merch and getting t-shirts and hats and things like that. I'm in the process of legitimizing it. That's why I ain't pushed it out there yet. But once I get it legit, you're gonna see it everywhere. I'm talking about everywhere. I'll be able to push it on my social media sites and things like that. The reason I really haven't done that yet is because I don't want nobody to steal some of the things I worked hard for, like my logo or my name or things of that nature. Like, I try to put it out there for my family and my friends, people like that, for them to see. But I haven't put it out there for the world to see so much because I haven't legitimized everything yet. And I don't want nobody to take it from under me, because then I have to go all the way through and basically start fresh with all the podcasts and things of that nature. But yeah, thank you for coming back. Thank you for listening. I won't be taking any more long breaks like this. I'll try to do once a week. I just don't want to bring you nothing boring. That's why I've been doing the 2 week, maybe 3 week here or there, because that gives time for things to go through. But now it's the holiday season, so I can bring you a Thanksgiving special, I can bring you a Christmas special, and I can bring you a New Year's special, and we'll go from there. But yeah, man, once again, highlight your boy. This is unconventional analysis.
I'm a firm believer, I got nothing